Thanks for reminding me, Mr. Jeff. Sometimes I need a reminder for that.
Oh, we all need reminders about microphones and cameras.
Okay, guys, I'll put your bell work again here. I'll just give 3 more minutes as if we were in a class time, like the late bell, and then we restart, okay? So use this time to get online on Padlet. So let me see, because Alexa is calling me on another place. Just a second. Is anyone in touch with Alexia? Did you all get the link from Google Classroom, right? Okay. You can turn on your cameras. I want to see your faces in the morning. João Obst, João Ferreira, Gustavo, Salvadego, Roberto, Alice, Eric. It's nice to see you all.
Hi.
Oh, welcome, Alexa. You found the correct link.
Yeah, I found it.
Awesome. Everybody's having coffee. Everybody's having something to drink. Everybody, or did you already have your breakfast?
Yeah, it's cereal. It was really unhealthy, but I ate it anyway.
Great. Yes, you can start answering there. So for those who are online, this is your bell work. I'm going to post the link.
It's under which category? For the question.
I'm going to put again the link here so it's easier for you to go online on the Padlet.
Mister, can you start answering the question?
Yes, you can. Somebody already answered here. The change of one along with the other. Great. Good morning, Sergio. You found the link. Okay, let's start. Good morning, Laura. Guys, I'm gonna start, okay? So as I told you, this was your bell work, and from today on, we're gonna start using Padlet as our question wall, okay? You log in with your Google. I don't know who posted it there now, but you log in with your Google account. Click on login with Google, and then log in with your Google School account, okay?
It's posted automatically.
Sorry, it was me. I didn't see that place to log in with Google.
Okay.
All right.
So just for you to understand how it works, you after you logged in, some days I will change the view as anonymous because I would like to see. I don't want you to see who asked what. Today that is okay for you to see your names, but I can go on. You can go anonymous if I want. And then if you go anonymous, from now on, I don't know who answered what or who asked what so far. We're going to have some agreements on using Padlet, okay? So every time you ask a question, you leave the question with the color it is. I will answer the question and I will leave it yellow when it's answered by me. When you see the answer, when you see my answer, when you think that your question is answered either by me or by a colleague, you can change the color to green. Okay, thumbs up if you understood, please. I'm seeing you. Yeah, we have someone new here today. Okay, guys. So remember, you change to green once you think your question is answered. And again, it doesn't need to be me who is going to answer the questions here. That's the idea of the Padlet. That's why I'm not going with Google Classroom for questions, because on Padlet you can answer each one's questions. It's way easier, okay, to have it done here. So once you change to green, we know this question is ready. And once new questions are being asked here, they are going to be posted on top of these ones. And the old questions go down below, okay? And this is going to be open from now on. Okay, so that is important. We're going to start new content today, new skills, so you can ask each other questions. Okay, and also you can ask me questions, because some people complain to me that some people are asking questions on Google Hangout chats, and we're getting a lot of beep 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 during the morning. So to avoid these beeps, we're gonna go with Padlet. For there's notifications. I get notifications, don't worry. Let's start the class today, okay? So what are our goals? Let me see here. Recording, yes. Everybody's here, yes. Great. So what are our goals today? So I will be able to understand the connections between proportional relationships, lines, and linear equations. I will analyze proportional relationships and use them to solve real-world situations. And the ATL skills that we will be talking about is draw reasonable conclusions and generalizations, use and interpret a range of mathematical terms and symbols, and practice failing well, because we know that when we're learning something new, it is okay to fail. It is okay to learn by making mistakes. Okay? To start our learning process, let's go back to your question here. Let's see the answers we got. I'd like to see your faces that you are so happy to be online at 8:45 a.m., right? So, I asked what is rate of change? Then Eric, oh, also guys, you can like it, okay? Someone already liked me. Thank you for who liked me. You can give me a heart so I feel loved. Thank you guys. Oh my god, I think I feel so, oh my god, I feel so much loved. Eric answered, the rate of change is when you are describing an amount changes with another amount. That's good. A rate of change is how one amount changes in relation to another amount. Rate of change is when a rate describes the change of one amount with the other, and so on. So everybody is talking about a rate of change of one amount in relation to another, and you are all correct. Okay, you are all correct. That we're going to be talking about two different variables being connected, and we're going to be talking about their changes. Okay, let's start. Let's talk about electricity here, guys. Electricity, and actually Mr. Jeff was just talking that some people in Porto Alegre are out of electricity due to the heavy rain yesterday and this night, actually. So electricity is heavily used by everyone, but it comes at a cost. And in Brazil, the price for electricity has a fixed cost for the access to electricity, plus a usage cost per kilowatts hour. So kilowatts hour is the unit we use to measure electricity. Opening your mics one by one if you want. Does anyone have a clue of how many kilowatts hour you spend a month in your houses?
18 hours.
No, but I know it's a lot.
I guess it's a lot.
A lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Does anyone have a clue of how much you spend on your electricity bill a month?
Did I ask? Oh wait, no, the electricity bill. I think it's more private information.
400 reais per month.
Mãe, quanto é que a gente gasta por luz no mês?
Valentina is asking right now. Okay.
I asked the
I have
question.
no idea.
You see, you have no idea what happens around you.
No, you
my
don't.
Oh, no, I
parents
can
have.
ask.
And that is
Well,
the
I'm
math.
Yeah, we don't. Wait.
You see, that is the math. So the amount your electricity bill comes is actually connected to how many kilowatt hours you spend per month. And there is a rate of change here. There is a linear rate of change that we're going to be talking about today.
There's a point two, right?
Especially during quarantine, yes. Especially during quarantine. And especially during the winter, because we spend way more electricity during the winter.
At my
Due
house,
to
it's not.
because the sun goes up later and goes down earlier, right?
At my house, we travel at the winter, so like almost nobody's in the house. Me and my mom we travel, and like my dad.
What is
The only
it
one.
with these
Well,
pandemics
not
and everyone
anymore.
traveling?
Okay,
Do you travel to a do you travel to a summery place?
yes, we travel.
Okay, that's what I thought. So guys, back in 1994 in Brazil, we had a fixed cost of R$5 just for people to have access to electricity, plus 20 cents per kilowatt hour you spend. Okay.
So basically, to solve these problems, we have to just multiply the numbers here, like 10, 30, 45, by the 0.2, and then add the $5, right?
Well, yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah, I know. You just don't. You just answered all the questions.
Yes, then we can go.
No spoilers in my class.
Do you also want the? Do you also want the graph?
So, guys, can you please answer on a sheet of paper next to you or on your mini whiteboards or somewhere these three questions? Jack uses 10 kilowatts hour. How much is his electricity bill? John uses 30 kilowatts hour. And Jill uses 45 kilowatts hour. How much is her electricity bill, please? I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do that.
Oh, wait, I'm not muted. Sorry.
Do we say our answers?
No, just do it so far. Actually, I am going to create a question on Padlet here. So Jack, Jill, Jack, John, and Jill. Okay, I'm going to post this question.
Okay, you posted it. No, go back. 'Cause I
You can
still
put
need
the
to-
same. I know you can put the same answer in one. Okay, Valentina, you don't need to put the 3 different answers. Okay, you can put the same answer in one comment. Otherwise, you're gonna have a kilometer-long comment.
You learn with your mistakes.
Oh no, I know. That's why.
Sorry. You can.
Can I check the answers there?
Yeah, feel free.
Thank you. So 7, 11, 14, everybody has answered that so far. Very good. Okay. Interesting. Thank you. João Opesti actually was the only one who remembered to put the correct units of measurement because we're talking about money, right? Very good, João Opesti.
Does it get a positive?
Why not? Why not, right?
Now everyone can see you giving positive, right? You need to just
Remember,
hide the
guys,
screen, not present
it is always important to put the units of measurement, yes, especially when we're talking about a real life situation. Now, let me go over another really important thing here. Okay, let me make a connection with reality. I wanted to search. How many kilowatts hour you will spend a month if you have your TV on for 12 hours a day?
TV.
Yes. Just if you have your TV on for 12 hours a day, how much kilowatts
Can you
hour?
repeat the question?
If you had your TV on for 12 hours a day, how many kilowatts hour you would spend in a month? Good morning.
Well,
Mr. Jeff, I didn't see it.
Question: how many kilowatts do we use per hour?
That is the point that I wanted to search.
let's see. It has you here.
If you search correctly, you find the answer.
So Google.
Yes, Google. Oh no, it gives you a bigger price. Oh no, wait, my mic's still on.
Where should we answer the question?
My question is, how many kilowatts hour you would spend in a month so far?
Where
Yeah.
should we answer?
No, just keep it to yourself. Okay. Everybody has an idea? Now I'm going to search in front of you. Cost of electricity. Actually, I'm going to search in Portuguese, tá? Custo da energia em Porto Alegre. Em Porto Alegre, está R$4.16 for every 100 kilowatts hour. Or, just for you to know, by kilowatt, it's 45 cents for every kilowatts hour now. Plus, I know it's not there, but there is a fixed cost of R$39.90. Okay, so now, just to make a comparison, okay, guys, just for you to know the comparison that I want to make for you, is that now the fixed cost is $39.90, and each one here is 0.43. I would like you now that having this kilowatts hour, I would like you to make a comparison of how much you would pay of your electricity bill in 1994 and how much you would pay it now using the kilowatts hour you found right now. You can use a calculator for that, don't worry.
So for the TV?
Yes, just for the TV.
Oh, just for the
For
TV.
the TV, yes.
I even have it open right here. The thing that I used before.
Huh?
Looking it up.
Dad. Dad.
Oh, I forgot there's a thingy here, right? Oh no, there isn't.
I just need to take note of who is not here.
Wait, Mr. Reno, is it in how much in a month?
Yes.
Okay.
I have an answer.
Yeah,
This is not just for inflation, right?
Mr.
There's been
N.
so much inflation recently.
I know.
So it seems more expensive. It's probably more cheaper.
Calm down, Devere. Calm down, Devere. Calm down. Someone
Back
asking
now.
a question. Who's asking a question?
Me.
Me who? Ah, Sergio, question.
Do we answer in the same Padlet?
No, just keep to yourself.
Ah, okay.
So let me see who is not here. Felipe Tefili.
Wait, it's $5 an hour.
1Q. This is the
No.
attendance. If you're not here, you get absence.
Wait, it's $5 an hour.
On 1994, yes. Now,
1994, it is $5. R$5 is the fixed cost to get access to electricity.
Now it's 39 with
Now it's
9.
$39.90. Then in 1994, you would pay 20 cents for every kilowatt hour you would spend.
Now it's
And
0.
now you pay 43 cents. So what differences did you get? Let me ask some specific people here. Laura.
Hi.
Hi, what did you find?
Right now, I I didn't subtract it, but for the one that you showed right now, I got 45.06
45.06 for the old one or for the new one?
for the new one.
And for the old one?
I didn't write it down.
Okay, so try to do it. Let me see. João Ferreira.
Hi.
Which answers did you get?
For the old one, I didn't find it for like the 39 and the cent, so I just rounded it up to 39. And oh, it disappeared. I got like 1,300 for the new one. And for the old
Okay.
one, I didn't do it. I was doing the new one.
1,300? Are you sure?
I don't know. It disappeared. So it was something like that.
Define disappear, Joel.
Guys, how many
Wait, no.
kilowatt hour did you find in like as a mean if you have a
Right in the
12
chat.
hour?
One
you
was
had-
83.
200.
Oh,
Can
in the
I?
month?
100.
200 kilowatt hour?
Yeah.
For how many?
Yeah, I
For-
googled how many
per month, I
kilowatts
found
you use per if you use per hour, and it said 1,000, so I got 12,000 kilowatts per in the span of 12 hours.
For me, it appears 200.
I looked for a month because I thought that was what you said, and it appeared 876.
Oh my god, now I'm confused.
My cost
Confusion
This
noise.
kilowatt
the flux.
hour usage.
See,
Most
183.
TVs use about 400 to 80 to 400 watts, depending on the size.
Oh, this
You got
one's
1,000.
example is a 200 watt
I got 200.
TV.
I'm good.
Não é só TV.
The 200 watt TV. So, for 400, just double it.
All of this says that the bigger models and the average LCD or LED TV probably uses between 30 to 100 watts of electricity.
And my one said 200 watts.
I searched my model and like it showed it told between 80 to 200 400.
Yes, you can even search for the model. So Samsung Smart TV, let me put mine, for example, 42, 4K, kilowatts usage. And then normally you get the label that is behind the TVs. I'm gonna show you here. Are you seeing my screen?
Yeah, but it's blurred.
Okay. So when you see your screen like this, energy. This typical power consumption here that they give me is by month.
So in your case,
But this is if I leave it for the whole 24 hours every time on.
So you have to divide that by 2.
Yes, so that would be 72 kilowatts hour. So
and
just
your
for you to
cost is
understand, okay?
172.
Then 72 times 30.
Why 30?
So that
It's
is
a month.
important that you understand it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
No, the view is wrong.
No,
Come on,
It doesn't have
everybody has. There are 3
5,000,
people
yeah,
with
it's
mics on. Come on, guys. 4 people with mics on.
Mister,
Hmm?
it's 235 in a day.
No,
I
in a
got
month.
698 on the month.
No, that's too
I
much.
got
It
I
is
got
no more than
870.
100 and 120 kilowatts hour in a whole month if you live it the whole day.
what? That's not what I got either. I got for 200 watt TV. Got 876 kilowatt hours in total for the month from the website that I found.
And pay attention. So remember that the labels, when you buy something, they give you if you have it 24 hours all the days. When you buy something online, okay? Or the label that comes with the products. Okay. I don't have my refrigerator now, but we can talk about it later. Okay, so just come back to the question now. We're just trying to make it real. Okay, now let's go to, okay, how can math help me understand this proportion and this relationship? Okay, there are two ways. So first, using a table, and second, using a graph.
A table is better.
Okay. So using a table, if I spend 0 kilowatts hour, how much will I pay as my electricity bill? In my situation here. No, in my situation here in 1994.
Five, guys.
So 5. Okay. Now, if I spend 5 kilowatts hour,
that would be 6.
Remember that
6, right?
For each kilowatts hour, it's 20 cents.
Yeah.
7 with 15.
You would get.
So that would be this 5 plus 1, so 6. Because I have to multiply by 0.20 cents.
Ah, sorry, multiply.
Easier to just say 0.2.
Okay. Then if I spend 10 kilowatts hour in my month, I pay the $5, that is the fixed cost, plus $10, 10 kilowatts times 20 cents. And this is $7. Guys, you have too many people with mic on.
2 seconds ago, told everyone to turn their mic on.
And then 15, it's 8, and then 9, and then 10, 11, 12, and then 13. Okay, so my rate of change here is for every 5 kilowatts hour that I'm adding, for every 5 kilowatts hour that I'm adding, I am adding $1 in my bill.
Because
okay.
$1.
Or I can say for every $1, it's 5 kilowatts hour. So then I can ask multiple questions. I can ask, how many kilowatts hour per dollar? Then you have to answer 5 because it's 5 kilowatts per dollar. But then I can ask the other way around. How many dollars per kilowatt?
5.
Mr.
No,
Renault,
will be 0.2,
ratio, guys. Ratio.
Agora foi.
0.2 times
Kilowatt,
the number of kilowatt hours.
Kilowatts per dollar. Kilowatts per dollar. Kilowatts.
0.2 kilowatts.
Sorry.
Per dollar.
My bad. I'm learning how to use it. Sorry. Here. Dollars per kilowatts. So this will be 5. So this will be $1 for every 5 kilowatts, and this is 0.2.
Yeah.
Because it's 20 cents for every 1 kilowatt. So this is my rate of change. I am changing. It's how much one unit change depending on the other. Now, how do I graph it? Well, then we come to a question here. Then we come to a question. Okay. My question is, let me come back to you. Does your electricity bill, are you looking at me here?
Yes.
Okay. Does my electricity bill depend on how many kilowatts hour I spend, or how many kilowatts hour I spend depend on how much I'm going to pay.
Oh, the dependent variable is the dollars, is how much you pay.
Okay, now I know you know the let me just let's see if everybody knows this. Because this is where we need to know why this makes sense. Think about what comes first. What comes first? I spend the kilowatts or I pay the bill? Everybody.
Spend.
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 We spend the kilowatts, right?
Spend.
Yeah, we spend the kilowatt.
Yes.
So, which means that my bill depends on how many kilowatts I'm going to spend.
Yes.
Okay? So that's why when I'm graphing it, my kilowatts hour have to come here on my x-axis. And my bill comes on my y-axis.
Get it.
Ah, eu tô aqui no desespero.
Okay? So then I can plot these points here. When it's 0 kilowatts hour, it's $5. When it's 5 kilowatts hour, it's $6. When it's 10 kilowatts hour,
It's $7.
it's $7. When it's 15 kilowatts hour, it's
$8.
$8. When it's 10, it's 9. And then it's 10. And then it's 11. And then it's 12. Do you see that the rate of change is always the same? I go up 1 and I run 1. 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 This is my rate of change. Every time I change, come down to there. My God, don't mess up with my class. Every time I go up 1 little square, I move 1 little square. But then I needed to think about how much each square represents. In this situation, this square represents 5 kilowatts. In this situation, this square represents $1. So then I make the connection. Every $5, every 5 kilowatts, change $1. And this is my rate of change. Every 5 kilowatts, change $1. Or every $1, change 5 kilowatts. And then I can make a graph because I can put this point together in a line. And this line is here. Beautifully done, because you know. So this line, this red line, represents all the points from that relationship. And that's why I call a linear equation, that it's a linear relationship. There is a linear rate of change.
Yeah, okay, we get it.
Okay.
It's a linear rate of change.
Now using this graph, and now we're gonna go, how can I use this graph to find things without knowing my relationship? I don't need to know the cost for anything, just with the graph. What is the cost of electricity using 0 kilowatts? I need to learn how to read the graph. 0 kilowatts is here. So I go up $5. Opa. My eraser. $5. What is the cost of electricity bill when we're using 42 kilowatts hour? Well, 42 kilowatts hour is something around here. So I need to go up beautifully as I'm doing. And then I mirror on the y-axis. So it will be something around $13.60. I know
Can
it
I answer
because
C?
13 is here and 14 is here, and I know it has to be a multiple of 20, right? Then how many kilowatts can you use for a total bill of 17? Let's say I just have 17 reais to spend on electricity. So 17 reais is here between 16 and 18. I go here and I mirror here. I can spend 16 kilowatts hour. Opa. Ai. Kilowatts hour. Who has a mic on with someone talking?
Sorry.
Okay. This is my linear relationship. And then from that, I can write an equation. That's what you were doing before. Okay. Well, again, my cost of electricity was $5, R$5 plus 20 cents times X, because X represents the amount of kilowatts hour. So 5 is my fixed account, my fixed cost. And 20 cents is my variable cost. I Mr. Variable cost because it comes multiplied by the variable? Yes. Time, Mr. I see X, but you told me that there is an X and a Y. Where is the Y? Well, simple. Y is here.
Now it's an equation.
My bill is equal to my R$5 plus 20 cents times the amount of kilowatts hour I spent. And this is what we call linear equation, and we normally write this way. So this is what we mathematicians consider as the pattern. Sorry, as the not pattern. Oh my God, what is the word? The most correct representation for an equation in linear relationship.
Standard form.
Yes, thank you. Standard form. So it's always y equals a number times x plus another number. This number here is my variable cost, my variable, and this is my fixed. Okay. So now let's practice a little bit what we're going to be doing on your IXLs, okay? This is the first question. Danielle spent a week at the beach and recorded the number of shells she found each day. So we have a table here. According to the table, what was the rate of change between Wednesday and Saturday? And then people would say, well, Wednesday is here, Saturday is here. Well, from 1 to 1 is 0. One minus 1 is 0. She got 0 shells per day. And that's correct. Because if I want to compare Wednesday to Friday, 1 by 1 would be 0. But remember, I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. I would still have to divide by 4 because I have 4 days here and I need to do the mean of it. Okay? Let me just make another question with the same table here. Let's say that I ask you, what is the rate of change between Wednesday and Friday? Well, from Wednesday to Friday, the rate of change is going to be 8 minus 1, because I always get Friday minus Wednesday. And then because I have 1, 2 days, I have to divide it by 2. So this would be 7 divided by 2. This would be 3.5 shells per day. Always read the question, guys. So in average, sorry, the rate of change here is 3.5 shells per day. Now let's see how we do this in a graph. According to the graph, what was the rate of change between 2015 and 2018? So
I have a question.
Huh?
I have a question.
Yes, cool.
It might sound a bit rude, but how long is this video meeting supposed to last? Because we need time to do our other homeworks.
We have a double block today, remember?
Aren't these things supposed to be 50% of the classes?
Yes, and this is the only online class we're gonna have this week. And you have 5 blocks this week. Why, Alexia?
It's mainly because due to my personal preference of wanting to get everything done in the morning and early so I can have as much free time as possible.
Let's continue with the class.
Remember the classes now, you can have 50% of live classes, which means math has 6 blocks a cycle. We can have 3 blocks of live classes. And by the way, we just had 1 block, just 1 block finished right now. It's 9:30.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So 2015 to 2018, here it is. Well, in 2015, I had 36 students, and in 2018, I also had 36 students. Oh my God, mister, this is also 0, because even though I changed it 1, 2, 3 years, I have a change of 0 students divided in 3 years. So my change will also be 0 students per year. Yes, it is. But again, what would happen if I had a change? If I had a change from 2015 to 2017. Oh, but my bad. Let me do another thing here. Sorry. From 2017 to 2018. I'm Mister, but wait. 2017 to 2018, it decayed. Because in 2017, there were 44 students. In 2018, there are 36 students. So if I do the end minus the beginning, I actually have -8. And then when I subtract the years, I have 1 year of difference. So it's -8 over 1, which means -8 is my rate of change. What does it mean, mister? -8. Yes, it means that I lost 8 students from 1 year to another. Doesn't it make sense in my graph? Yes, it does. My line is going down. I am losing 8 students from one year to another. So my rate of change will be -8 students per year. I can have a rate of change that is negative. And that's what you have to pay attention. Okay, this one is the same. Now here, constant of proportionality, something you did last week when you're talking about proportional relationships. I'm gonna be doing this and one more, and then we're done, okay? Every few years, Gisèle's entire family gets together for a family reunion. This year, Gisèle's parents are hosting, and they have to cook a lot of food to feed the crowd. Gisèle has volunteered to do most tedious job, shelling peas. I hate shelling peas. There is a proportional relationship between the amount of time in minutes Gisèle spends shelling peas, X, and the weight in pounds of the piece he has shelled, Y. So After 5 minutes, he shelled 1 pound. After 10, 2. After 15, 3. After 20 minutes, he shelled 4 pounds of peas. What is the constant of proportionality? How can I do my constant of proportionality? Well, again, I have to do, because I want pounds per minute, pounds per minute. And that's what I told you. If you didn't do well before in the ratios, you're going to have trouble now. Then I have to get this difference here. So 2 minus 1 divided by 10 minus 5. I do the difference, okay? So this will be 1 over 5. So 1 over 5, and again, I need to ask the question, what is the constant of proportionality? Write your answer as a whole number or decimal. No fraction. So this has to be equal to 0.2, which means that he was shelling peas at a rate of 0.2 pounds per minute. And then we go on, the same situation here, the same situation here, the same situation here. And I'm going to release you from some IXLs. Let me just write here.
Mister, are you sure you didn't catch coronavirus?
No, I was just drinking Shimahao.
Oh, okay.
That's why.
Home.
Let me just take this out. Let me take the last two. Yeah,
Can you
last two.
change it on the post as well?
Yes, I'm changing it right now.
Okay, thank you.
Before I finish here, I just need to check again. So because I finished later, I am going to change on the post for 35 minutes. And I'm taking out the last two. Okay, and this is also out. So guys, just for you to know that I have access this way on your IXLs, because some people try to, how can I say, I want to put it in good words.
If there's no way to do it in good words, then just do it in bad words.
People try not to be principled.
Okay, so cheating.
Yes. And then people say, I spent 30 minutes on IXL, and I check there and I see, well, 30 minutes here from 9 to 9:13. And then I say, well, 5 minutes on this Excel and 7 minutes, so it's 12. That's okay. That's okay. She spent 1 minute going from one to the other Excel. That is acceptable. But then someone else says, I spent 27 minutes on Excel. Look here from 8:05 to 8:32, mister. And then I look here, 1 minute here. You see the active time here? 1 minute. Can you see here where my mouse is? 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3, plus 2, 5, plus 7, 12, plus 1, 13, plus minus than 1, 14. So 14 minutes this person actually spent doing Excels, even though she was online from 8:05 to 8:32. So even though she says, oh, I spent 27 minutes on Excel, look at my Excel, it was online for 27 minutes. She spent 12 minutes on Excel. So guys, don't try to cheat me on IXLs, because IXLs give me your active time doing IXL. So if you leave it open and you go do something else, it doesn't count as IXL time. You need to be doing in Excel for 35 minutes.